Hi, this is an informational slash instructional video on how to use Polaroid cameras that take 600 based film. Well, Polaroid 600 based film. Polaroid 600 film is no longer made by Polaroid. You can buy it expired, although you may deal with certain things with the expired film, such as brown spots, spots that aren't developed, different tints, because expired film has the tendency to have the jelly, the chemical that develops the film, it tends to dry out. And so sometimes you get more of a tin or unexposed, basically what I just said. In any case, you can buy brand new film from the Impossible Project online, and I believe that their website is impossible-project.com. Anyway, so to start with, this is a basic 600 camera. It's one of the last ones to come out, the Express, and all 600 cameras except for the Impulse, which is quite a different camera. Always open like this. You just pull them straight out. Sometimes it feels like you're forcing the camera top to come out, but trust me, it'll come out nice and easy, and it stays up like that. Almost all of the 600 cameras happen to have built-in flash, lens with a lever right here which moves from left to right, which basically it tells it changes the film exposure from darker to brighter. So on this one, for instance, on the Express, it goes from darker over here to lighter over here. And then the next thing is that a lot of the 600 series happen to have this thing right here, which is actually a lever that puts a plastic lens right over the original lens. Now, the reason for that is generally a lot of the 600 cameras have lenses that are developed to autofocus towards more general looks. Specifically, this one is more for it's meant to be more of a wide lens, more for wider shots, like mountains, multiple people, stuff like that. The step-up lens right here that goes over is more for close-ups. You'll see this in a lot of Polaroids, like the one-step express, the one-steps, the one-step close-ups, and basically it does that with the viewfinder, so that you can see it kind of the same way you would see the lens that's used for the film. And basically just pull it that way and that way based on what you want. The next thing to point out would be the film tray right here. It comes out by pressing this lever forward on the side with every single 600. I'm going to pull that down for a second. So just like that. Now you'll see in the, actually I'm going to pull that back down again. You'll see in the 600 film tray right here that there happen to be two rollers. This is the roller that the film goes through to come out this way, and that's what presses the developing jelly from the white tab at the bottom of each Polaroid film through onto the rest of the film, or moreover into the rest of the film, each piece. So to start, you would put your film inside here, and the film, just to point out, happens to contain the battery that powers the entire Polaroid. There's really no other way for the Polaroid to power up, but be assured that every Polaroid pack of film that you get happens to come with a battery inside of it. And basically, when you push the film in, there's two contacts on the back, and it connects to that, and you should hear your Polaroid motor start to whir for a few seconds. Basically just saying, hey, you know, this Polaroid pack of film has the battery in, it's connected, we're good to go. So the other thing to point out is that all of the Polaroid 600 cameras show that they have that the film is Polaroid 600 film that they need. So right here it says, and sometimes it says 600 plus, 600 SE. As long as it says 600, it's for 600. It is a 600 camera. Now, the last thing to point out, so this is your button right here, your shutter trigger, and if you press all the way down on a brand new pack of film, it'll automatically eject right here. The flash will go off too, and I would always encourage people to wait a few seconds, like try to hide their piece of film from the sun, the front part of it where the picture shows, because it's just best. Basically, the exposure can get a little wonky if you have it the first few seconds after it's after it comes out of the camera. That light can change the exposure a bit. However, after about 5-10 seconds, I just put it wherever you want. Although I would keep it in a warm spot for about 5 to 10 minutes if you're outside in the cold, just so that it can develop properly. Because sometimes it takes up to 10 minutes to fully develop. So darker, less exposed to light for 5 to 10 seconds, 5 to 10 minutes for a nice fully exposed piece of film that's developed pretty well. Next thing to point out, so if you press halfway, not the whole way, so you can see on this one, for instance, if I go halfway, I'm not pressing on this gray piece right here. If I go the whole way, I'm pressing on it, and I can feel a lever and a spring being hit, which is the shutter being triggered. Now, but if I do it halfway, and say for instance I'm not getting flash out of my film, I'm not getting a flash when it fires, that might be because the battery is going a little bit low. This generally happens towards the end of a roll of film, if it does happen. And not all of the 600s have this. The Express does though. But you can see right here there's a little light, a little LED, and that goes from basically it goes completely green when the flash is ready, and in order on film where, say, the flash isn't going off, in order to get that film to, the problem is that the film isn't charging at the end of a roll, because the battery has been not depleted but slightly depleted. So if I'm in that instance where flash isn't going off and I think that it's my battery, I will do it halfway. I will push this lever halfway in, not the whole way, and I will wait, because what's happening is the flash is being charged. The actual capacitor for the flash is being charged by the battery that's in the film pack. And once it's fully ready, it will light up right here. And then I can push all the way in. And besides that, some little tricks. If you don't want flash for your Polaroid, I will always tell you, just, like, put like a dark piece of fabric or something on top. This usually stops the flash from running. And then also the other thing is that some Polaroid 600s happen to have handles on here, some don't. This one happens to have Velcro handle, and then some have on the back, they actually happen to have neck straps. So, and that's mostly the extent of which I can think of accessories. And and little extra things for the Polaroid 600. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it helps you out on taking pictures of your Polaroid 600. Thanks.